Alright, let's get into this haul video here of some cool things that I got this week. There's no real pre-orders this week. Just because I had things I pre-ordered, like books. One of them's coming tomorrow from Target. The other two, I'm really like pissed because I'm trying to pre-order my books with Barnes and Noble. My thing is like Amazon can get them to me next day. Right? Or at least by the day they come out. But for some reason, Barnes and Noble won't even ship mine. Like I have two comics I pre-ordered. If I order them from Amazon, I'd have them today or maybe even a day ahead of time. But for whatever reason, Barnes and Noble hasn't even shipped mine, and I'm sure tomorrow I'll get a notification and be like, "Hey, we shipped your thing," even though I checked my order status and it still says, "Oh, it'll be here by Wednesday the 8th." Really? Tomorrow's Wednesday the 8th. You haven't even shipped the damn thing. So, uh, there is a perk to pre-ordering with Barnes and Noble, which is that I'm a premium, or not a premium. I'm a rewards member, and that gives me points. I actually have $20 worth of points, and I'm saving all my points for when the Gravity Falls art book comes out, so I can do a big pre-order for that, because that's like $60. And if I could get it at least up to like 30-40 bucks, get that for like $20 with my Barnes and Noble points, like that's what I'm gonna do, right? But it's because I got lots of things I'm gonna be ordering from them in the next few months here. So, anyways, let's get into my comic stack because it's a decent stack of stuff. Actually, which last week it really wasn't, but this week there actually is stuff to talk about. Let me take the one out of the stack that's for coworkers, so that way I don't actually pull that one out. We got Fantastic Four, the first foes of Shia LaBeouf. Basically, they've been doing these one-shot like sequels to the Fantastic Four movies or prequels or whatever. This one is about Silver Surfer, the lady one, and that's pretty cool. I hope they keep doing enough of them that we could get a trade paperback of them. There's at least 3 of them, so I feel like you just only need to do one more, which I'm assuming the next one they would do would be about a Galactus, right? Ben 10, issue number 3. I'm not really enjoying that comic series, but I'm going to keep reading. Sonic the Hedgehog 30th Anniversary one-shot. Sorry, 35th, not 30th. You know how you're getting old and you're just like, wait, it's 35 years old and not 30? It doesn't make any difference anymore. That's how you know you're old. Anyways, I think this is the last issue of Mall Shadow Lord, issue number 5, so that'll be cool. Now let's get into these. Well, actually, there's one more comic, but it's a trade paperback. I got Galaxy As the World Falls Down. This is the sequel one. This character, if you don't know, is like DC's first trans character. And I loved the first trade of this that I read, and I try to like find a series of things that comic wise that are multiple things that I can buy one a month or manga, and this is my completion of that set. So what I'm going to move on is complete my Invincible stuff, which will take way longer than that because there was only 2 of those. So, but yeah, now I'm going to get into the. Well, I guess this one was a pre-order, but it was a pre-order from last week. It took a long time to show up. Because Warner Archive, what's annoying about them is they offer pre-orders, which it doesn't make sense that they offer pre-orders. Because their stuff cannot show up on release date because they're printed by demand. So what happens is they'll send it to you after they make it, but since they're made by how much demand there is, they're on back order when they first come out because of that. So this came out like on Tuesday, but there's no way I'm getting it on Tuesday. It came out I got it on Friday, right? But then like, why don't you just not offer the pre-order? It doesn't make sense to me. But I got Dastardly and Muttley, The Flying Machines, the complete series. This is the latest Hanna-Barbera Blu-ray release. I'm trying to get all these to complete my Hanna-Barbera stuff, and this was one of the ones I needed. It was Like, it was $25, but it's a brand new release. And it's got 17 episodes, so not a bad deal. This is on 2 disc. Very nice artwork. These always look great, so I'm excited to get into this. And what makes it nice is that Wacky Races were only 17 episodes. I watched all those, so now I can just watch this, right? Which I haven't done yet just because I've been watching a lot of stuff, and I'm going to get started on rewatching all of Avatar: Last Airbender possibly tomorrow, but yeah, there's that. Alright, let's get into some Criterion. So I mentioned there would be more. There's only one more I'm waiting on. It releases next week, and it seems like Barnes & Noble is getting ready to ship it, but we'll see if they actually do, and I get it early or later than release date. But we got The Blob on Criterion. This is what I've really wanted for years. Funny story. So, of course, this is a really old movie, so I've really never seen it before. What year is this? This must be like a 50 or 60 movie. 58. And how I first learned about this movie was I was watching the Goosebumps movie as a kid. The one with Jack Black. And that movie makes references to the Blob, and actually in its climax it has a giant blob, which I believe is from one of the Goosebumps books. I forget which one, right? Well, no, it is from one of the Goosebumps books. I just don't know which one. But it always made this movie sound good. Family members have mentioned this because we've watched that movie together, and they're a little bit older and they know it. Right? So I want to watch this movie, and I try to review different types of horror stuff in October, because my thing is like, if you're going to talk about Friday the 13th or Halloween, it's a little boring, and I like to save that stuff for when the big franchise stuff gets sequels and things like that. There's only 2 Blob movies, so I wanted to get them. Problem is, I can't wait till October to buy this, because the sale is of Criterion's and Barnes & Noble is July or November. That's it. There's no in-betweens with that. So I just went ahead and I snagged it because, so I could do the video. And now I just need to get the Blob remake from the 80s, because there's only 3 Blob movies. Or 2 Blob movies. And then I'll just review both movies. My main channel, second channel, I haven't decided yet. Probably my second channel, just because it's very possible, with the Blob being as iconic as it is, we'll probably get a remake of it, right? I don't know. The only thing that sucks, new 4K digital restoration with uncompressed mono soundtrack, right? This is the thing, I really don't like buying Criterion Blu-rays anymore. Because Criterion, more than any other company, took so long to get into the 4K game that they're just now upgrading stuff. But they're taking so long to do it, and they're so random about what they choose to upgrade and when, that it makes me feel like I'm going to have to rebuy all my 4Ks. But there's so much Criterion stuff that I don't have already, because, well, their shit is so expensive, and they only run sales twice a year, so I don't know. But I'm happy to have this finally. I've wanted this for years, so I was just fucking happy to get it. Will it get a Blu-ray or 4K Blu-ray at some point? Maybe. Will I upgrade? I mean, we'll see. I haven't even seen the movie yet. So, another one that's almost definitely going to get a 4K upgrade at some point. This one does not say it has a 4K anything to it. So, but it's David Fincher, so it probably will at some point, whether that be Universal or Criterion themselves. This is The Game with Michael Douglas. I've never seen this movie. This is the one, if you saw I haven't uploaded it yet, my Barnes & Noble hunting trip. I guess I'll upload it next week. I was looking for a title. I couldn't remember what it was. This is what it was. Basically, I put this on my list because David Fincher has a new movie coming out called that's the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood spinoff. Anyway, so I'm going to do videos reviewing all the David Fincher movies. And I was thinking about doing that, and then I realized, oh, I own all the David Fincher movies except for like 3. It was like Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and there was like another one I can't remember. The other ones that I don't have are Netflix ones, so we don't need to worry about that. But almost everything else I have. And like they just upgraded Fight Club on 4K, so I just bought that. Like things like that. This is the only one I was missing, but it was a Criterion. So I had to get it during the sale because I think either August or September. I haven't decided when yet. I'm going to start reviewing all of his movies in preparation for that one. So it's like, oh, the only one I didn't have was this one, so I need to pick it up, right? I love David Fincher, so I'm excited to see this. I don't know anything about it. No clue what this movie's about. I'm sure it's great because it's, again, David Fincher, right? I haven't seen every David Fincher movie, but I've seen like 80% of his filmography, I guess. And so it's one of those things of like, yeah, I've seen all of his stuff. Like, pretty interesting to think about that. Yeah, David Fincher, despite being as great of a director as he is, he doesn't have a very large filmography. He has like 10 movies or some shit, maybe a little bit less. So it isn't very complicated to review all of his movies, especially if you exclude Alien 3, because David Fincher doesn't consider it this movie. So that's everything I got, I guess. That'll do it for this video, and hopefully I'll have more stuff to show you because I'm still waiting on stuff that hasn't shipped for some reason. Yeah, Barnes & Noble's a little bit irritating. Also, another thing, quick little rant. Hey, if you're going to ship 2 of my stuff in 2 different packages, that's fine, but stop emailing me as if, like, you're going to ship them in the same package. Like, they literally told me, hey, your packages got delivered. And it was only one of them, and I was very confused. And then I checked, and the other one's like, it'll be here tomorrow. And you're like, but you emailed me as if they were in the same box and were going to show up today. It's very strange how Barnes & Noble does things. But it's worth it for those points, so, because I'm saving money, I guess. But it's also very irritating and dumb, and I hate it. And my dog just turned on my TV by scratching herself. She wanted to say hi.